Hello. Um, Hi. Once again, uh, mandatory. Sorry I took so long. I've been busy, and when I'm not busy, I'm playing eugenics, and for that, I will not apologize. So, yeah, I can promise, though, it's looking like this week's going to be slightly less busy, so I'm sure I can find some time to do another reading shortly. Especially since I think Samurai Louds is about to end. Maybe I can get to the end of the miniseries in this audiobook. And then, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, excuse me. Without further ado, chapter 168 Samurai Louds, Part 9 The Brave 12, The Gangsters, and. What? Shouldn't it be? Whatever. The Gangsters and the Jewel of Neptune. It starts out at a lavish nightclub. A man knocked on the door, and the bouncer answered by opening a sliding window. Yeah, says the bouncer. Ricco Benny Giordano, says question mark. The door opened. Come on in, welcome to the Blue Monkey, says the bouncer. There were people playing jazz music and lots of people dancing. 3 people go into the club and we, the Brave 12, follow them in. Just on a whim? Nice club, I say. Sure is lavish, says Lincoln. You know, that is the exact word that was used to describe it. How wonderful. And I don't even have to pretend to like it anymore because that reading I did on Valentine's Day because it's not Valentine's Day anymore. Not that I was doing a great job. Sure, yeah, says Laney. We sit at a table and watch the dancing. I sensed something behind me, and I saw some robot thugs, and they were getting ready. Just okay. Uh-oh, showtime, I say. The robot thugs fired machine guns, and the people were running in fear. I slashed off 2 thugs' arms. Should be thugs' arms, and Jack pushed them into 2 more thugs. Look at that, Jack is doing something. Jesse saw 3 more thugs and slashed off their heads, and a flamethrower, flamethrower thug came and fired at us. Fired fire at us. But Jesse's sword absorbed the fire and it became a blade of flames. What? Sure, fuck it, sure. Whatever. Wait, the whose sword is it? What did was it just a normal sword and it just decided yeah, I'll absorb some flames. I'm thirsty, man. Oh, but I can't this damn water bottle is so unstable. If I stop talking abruptly, it's probably because my water bottle tipped over and spilled water everywhere. Anywho, so yeah, just casually flame sword. It's necessary, I'm sure. Whoa, this is awesome, says Jesse. That is cool, says Lily. Very impressive, says Jack. What's impressive about it? I mean, I guess it's an impressive sword, yeah. Jesse slashed the thug, in half, down the middle, and it exploded. Kaboom. That takes care of those metalheads, I say. I agree, says question mark like Edward G. Robinson. Who? Oh, wait. These guys. It's like, I agree. See? Because they're like the typical mafia, the stereotypical mafia thing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. We saw a quintet of gangsters. We saw your fight, and it was absolutely impressive. See? Yeah, says the boss. You're warring 20s gangsters, I say. That's right, see? Let me introduce the boys. Stitches, Mr. Shine, Mr. Pibbles, and. Mr. Pibbles? I am Pibbles. And Knuckles. Knuckles? Actually, my real name is, says Mr. Pibbles. Whack! Mr. Pibbles, says Knuckles. Ha ha ha. It's a pleasure to meet you all. We're the Brave 12. We know. We heard you about a lot about you all. We would like you to join us for a little job, see? Yeah, says the boss. What kind of job do you have in mind? I ask. Back in the gangster's apartment, the boss gave us the rundown. Everyone say hello to the Public Workers and Utilities building, says the boss. He unveiled a small replica of a big building. Hello, says Mr. Pibbles. Ha 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 ha. It's a well-known fact that deep inside this building lie the legendary Neptune jewels. See, yeah, says the boss. It's our job to get it out. I guess, says the weird. Something about that seems weird. Yeah, it's a space thing. Shouldn't it? Whatever, not important. Uh, you mean we got to get inside that little thing? Says Mr. Pibbles. Stitches face palms. Ha ha ha. It's beautiful. Okay. What is the importance of this jewel? Asks Jack. He is the skinny, see? Says boss. Okay. The mob boss told us the story of how the Neptune jewel was made. It was kept inside a tall mountain many eons ago and placed there by an ancient spirit that gave the jewel special powers that would give it control over all the water in the world. Aku wanted to get the jewel's power so he can control the world, but the spirit of water stopped him with a powerful blast of light, and she summoned the elemental forces of nature to guard sorry to guard the jewel. She called forth the elementals of earth, wind, and fire. For many eons, earth, wind, and fire have guarded the jewel and made it virtually impossible for Aku to get his hands on it. Since Aku couldn't do it, it's been centuries since anyone even attempted it and even thought about it. Whoa, they're all baddies. Whoa, this one's hot. You get it? See, this is why I don't this is why I just do the reading. It's easy to read. It's hard to be entertaining. Though, where was I? So you see, you would have to be pretty nuts to try and swipe the jewel, the Neptune jewel. At least that's what I thought until we saw the Brave 12 here in action. Really? Really? They beat up like a couple robots, and that's enough to, oh yeah, send them to deal with the fucking three elementals that beat Aku, or at the very least warded against him, you know. I don't know if they can beat him. I know that the water elemental can, apparently. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's possible that no one else has ever done that before because they're the only ones we've seen doing it so much in all these chapters. I guess the Scotsman did it. Whatever, dude. The way you all cleaned up them robot thugs back at the Blue Monkey made me think we're just not just nuts enough to pull this one off. So are you guys game guys? So are you game guys? Says the boss. We'll do it, I say. At midnight on Sunday, we go to the building, and Jesse and Lily go through a pipe and swim through the water, and they got to the main chamber. They both saw the jewel on a pedestal, and it was beautiful. So that's the Neptune jewel, says Jesse. What a sight, says Lily. They swam up and got up on the terrace, and a light turned on, and the three elementals emerged. A rock wall sealed off the room. Jesse and Lily got their swords ready, and the earth elemental formed a hammer of rock and slammed it down, and Jesse and Lily dodged. The fire elemental formed a sword of fire and slashed at them, and they dodged, and a huge wall of fire formed. The wind elemental. I'm sorry, is the Brave 12 going to do anything, or is it just going to be these two? The Brave 2, maybe? Okay. Sorry, where the hell was I? Wind elemental formed a whip of wind and lashed it, and they dodged again, and the fire elemental fired a bunch of fireballs, and Jessie absorbed them into her sword, and she and Lily hid behind a rock, and the earth elemental caused the stalactites above on the ceiling to fall, and they ran and faced all three of them. God, what a vomit, man. What a vomit. By the way, how stupid do you gotta be to hide behind a rock when you're fighting the earth elemental? I'm just saying, Oh no, we're being chased by Mother Nature. Maybe we'll lose her in these in this tall grass. Dude, shut up. Shut up and die. Let me just. Oh, there we go. God, it's shaking too. It's just because I'm moving around so much. Faced all three. You will never possess the Neptune jewel. You will not escape, says Fire. Come and get us, says Lily. Insolent fool, says Fire. They ran, and Fire went after them, and they. Oops. And they ran some. They ran, and Fire went after them, and they ran some more, and Fire went after them some more, and Fire fired a huge blast of fire, and they dodged, and it exploded when it hit the wall. Fire formed more fireballs, blasts, and one deflected off a rock and hit Wind, and Wind became a powerful tornado with a powerful suction. Some fucking how. Jessie saw Fire about to be pulled in, and she jumped into Fire's path towards the tornado, and she absorbed her and underwent a powerful transformation. Jessie's clothes became glowing pink, red, and orange flaming clothes. God damn it. And she sprouted wings made of pure fire, and her power levels were unimaginable. Why did she do this, though? What was it out of concern? Did she know this was going to happen? What would possibly compel you to jump in the path of a fire person being sucked into a tornado? Best case scenario, the fire person you go right through and you come out with just a few burns. Worst case scenario, fire person like grabs hold or something, or maybe like brings you with it, and now you're burning to death in a freaking tornado. She just didn't like. For a minute, I was like, "Oh, look at that! Jesse's going to save the fire person." Because let's be real, the elementals here are innocent. They're what, defending against Aku? That's an amazing. Like they should be happy. In fact, in the original episode, wasn't the whole point for Jack to like get close to Aku? Why the hell didn't they just like they haven't mentioned that at all, right? I'm pretty sure they haven't explained why Jack would possibly help these gangsters give Aku a super powerful jewel that'll give him control over the ocean or Earth's water. Freaking wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. More bullshit powers added to the list. Jessie flew towards Lily and shielded her as Earth was pulled in and water incapacitated the elementals. What? What water? The room was flooding. Oh. The room is flooding. Lily, grab the jewel, says Jessie. Right, says Lily. Lily went to grab the jewel and she grabbed it. Oh, good for you, Lily. Let's get out of here, says Jessie. They blasted through the building. Hey, look, they did it, says Mr. Pibbles. So what the fuck was the point of getting the Brave 12 if only two people did anything? Whatever. I wonder what. We cheered wildly for them. Whoa, look at Jessie, I say. She looks amazing, says Marie. Something must have given her an amazing power increase, says Lisa. Yeah, I can sense it. I also sense the fire elemental in her, says Lainey. They must have become one, says Naruto. Well, duh. That could be it, says Sakura. They landed on the boat. We got the jewel, says Lily. Good work, you two, I say. Very impressive, says Jack. Then the jewel floated in the air and went over to Marie. Oh, kill me, dude. Just kill me. What's going on? Asks Marie. I don't know, I say. The jewel then embedded itself right into Varie's back. Oh my god, like fucking Lapis, right? From Steven Universe. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure her jewel gem is in her back. Ba, 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 ba. And she underwent a powerful energy increase and a blinding flash of aqua blue light. When it was done, Varie was forever changed. If I had $1 for every time something like this happened, I'd stop reading because I'll have enough dollars. That's the impression I'm trying to give off. Varie, are you all right? I ask. Yes, my love. I feel amazing. In fact, I feel better than ever. My power is now much stronger than ever, says Varie. Fascinating. When the jewel embedded itself into your back, it gave you massive power increases, Lisa. I can feel it, says Varie. Oh my god. It's amazing, says Lainey. This is a predicament. We were supposed to give that jewel to Aku, says the boss. Aku? So now Jack's realizing? Surely that's not how it went in the original, right? Also, it was kind of implied they were doing it for whatever. But so Jack really was just like, oh, sure, yeah, let's do it. What, super jewel that'll, like, give Aku the power of. Fuck it, yeah, let's go. Step on the gas, man. I guess it's not. Maybe Jack didn't know they were getting it for Aku, sure. But the issue is there is no reason for them to have helped. You know, the boss told them the story, they learned about the jewel, and they just fucking, sure, yeah, let's break it out of prison, jewel prison. And they do that. Why? They don't say, oh, so that we can use its power for our own. They don't say, oh, it's to keep it out of Aku's hands or to use it on Aku. And they certainly don't say so that they can get close to Aku. They just do it. Where the fuck was I? Huddle, Aku! Exclaims Jack. Huddle, I say. We huddled. Our plan was for them to lead us to Aku after we got the jewel, but it's time for plan B. What? Then why is Jack shocked here? He should have known the plan. He's like, Aku? I had no idea. Whatever. We agreed. All right, boss, can you lead us to Aku? I ask. Well, all right, says the boss. Hours later, we arrived at Aku's castle, and the mob members have summoned Aku. Aku arrived. Who dares to summon? Oh, it is you, says Aku. Yeah, boss, says boss. Ha ha ha. Do you forget that you are forbidden from coming here? I wish I could do an Aku. Did you? Nope, nope, nope. Don't even try it. I'll just embarrass myself. From coming here, says Aku. Yeah, boss, I know, but we have something for you. Some friends of yours are here to say hello, says the boss. And just who might these friends of mine be? Asks Aku. We come out. Surprise! Are we done? Are we done? No, there's at least one more after this. I thought it was longer. Weird. Um, Surprise, I say. Aku was shocked as he saw us. You, says Aku, who should only really recognize Jack if I'm correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first time they've met. Well, the Brave 12 except for Jack. This is the first time they've met Aku. Whatever. We unsheathed our swords and slashed at him. Aku was down. Fucking. Oh, kill me. But before we can deliver the final blow, the castle and Aku disappeared. Drat, we were so close, I say. There's always next time, says Jack. Well, no matter. Let's just stick to our original plan, says Marie. You're right. Let's get a move on, says Vince. Later, we all resumed our quest. Continues in part 10. Oh, man. Don't count your blessings. Chapter 169. Samurai Loud's part 10. By the way, I got a glimpse. Turns out this goes. I don't know. I don't remember how high it goes. I just know that it at least goes till part 15. So, yeah, we're not finishing the miniseries, this audiobook. The Brave 12 and the Tribe That Jumps Good. I know this one. We, the Brave 12, are in the forest having dinner at night. Am I nuts, or is that always what's happening? They're like getting a drink, having a picnic, eating something. As we sat down and rested, a figure grabbed a bowl of soup I had behind me and put it back, and it was empty when I saw it. That's weird. This bowl was full. Mister, I sense something. Mister, I sense robots behind me getting ready to attack. Hmm, this bowl was full. Shut up. That is weird, says Sakura. A figure got behind us while we weren't looking and swiped our turkey, and we saw it and chased after it. It was jumping in the trees, and it was an amazing jumper. We just stopped, and he appeared to us. It was a man. He had a turkey. He had the turkey bones in his hands. Sorry, says question mark. Jack took the bones. What sort of creature are you? Says Jack. Ha 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 ha. Or ha 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 ha. I know he's got a weird voice like that. I man, like all of you, says the question mark, jumping behind Jack. I have never seen a man fly without wings, says Jack. I know fly. Jump good, says man. I wish I jumped good. He jumped thousands of feet. I don't think it was. I don't think it's thousands, but sure, a feet into the air, and it was an amazing sight to behold. Wow, that is a high jump, I say. No kidding, says Laney. The man landed with a toe tink. Jump really good, says Jack. Oh, sorry, jump really good, says Jack. Yeah, says man. Can you teach us how to jump good? I ask. Tribe show me. I show you all tribe. Tribe show you how to jump good, says man. We followed the man as he carried Jack, and he was jumping through the forest, and it was awesome to see this man jump good. Phenomenal. Jump awesome. We arrived at a clearing, and Jack got what? And Jack got off after he landed, and the man did a call. Monkeys with green faces and white fur landed. He got off what? Tribe, says man. He was talking to them in their tongue. Wow, these creatures are amazing, I say. Yeah, they tribe, says man. You are one of these creatures? Asks Jack. No, I man, says man. Then how? Asks Laney. They raised me. They say that long ago. I with other tribe, says man. Is this Jungle Book? Ha ha ha. A flashback shows that long ago he was a slave on a robot tank that had slave propel tread propel what? Slave propel treads. Oh, they pulled it, I think. Is what I'm He was a young boy when a monkey from the tribe found him, and he ran away and became a new member of the tribe. And so I became honorary member of tribe. And as you see, all tribe jump good, so I jump good, says man. We can see that. It's amazing, I say. I agree, says Vince. Thanks, Vince. Glad you're still here. I would hate it. I would hate it so much. I would hate it with all my heart and soul and body and mind if you just died. If you got serious lymphoma or lumbago and just tripped and fell into a ditch and was left there, Vince, you waste of space. Your very name is breath being wasted from my lungs. Don't think I forgot Vince's journey, you piece of You, you, Vince, calm down. Those chapters were ungodly in length. Literal hours spent on just one. And that's probably without me ranting. Like, I ranted, sure, but whatever. Sorry. We were later eating a bunch of fruit, and it was good fruit. Fruit good. Jump good. This fruit is delicious, says Lisa. Says Laney. It sure is, says Lincoln. Suddenly, we heard birds crying as we saw them leaving the trees. The man and the monkeys got up and knew what was happening. Danger! Must hide! Exclaims the man. What's going on? I ask. But the man and the tribe went into the trees. We were eating and saw. What? You just ignored them and kept eating? We were eating and saw a group of red-faced gorillas with pink fur coming toward us. They knocked us away and began eating all the fruit. Hey, that is not your food, I say. Leave now and you won't get hurt, says Jack. But they took it as an empty threat and laughed at us. So that's how you want it to go down, says Vince, the piece of shit. We each grabbed a bamboo pole, and I threw a pebble at a gorilla, and they saw us and roared. They came at us, and we hit them in the stomach and head with our poles and beat them bad. The man and the tribe of monkeys were amazed at our fighting power as we scared the gorillas off. The man and the monkeys came down. Who were they? I asked. Other tribe, says man. I take it they don't like you at all, says Jesse. No, they don't, says man. Why do you not defend what is yours? Asks Jack. We peaceful like flower. No, no, not how. That's a typo. That should be Know. I guess this is evidence enough that James Knutson is not a good fanfic writer. I finally found evidence that James Knutson can't write good fanfic. Unless the last 167 8 chapters Have a single other example of such of uh, a lack of writing capabilities. But I'm convinced that this is all you need to see. Let this be the mark, okay? The flag, the checkpoint. Once you get here, you understand it's a bad fanfic and you should stop. It only takes 168 chapters. I guess 168 and a half, but whatever. Whatever. Know not how to protect ourselves, says man. All the tribe take food. Smash home. Never leave us alone, says man angrily. We pick up pieces. We plant somewhere else. It's fucking beautiful, man. We did not like their lack of protection. Heroes. Oh, oops, get that off the screen. We scared. Now, like before, we find new homes, says man. We could show you how to defend yourselves and how to protect what is yours, I say. The man was ecstatic, and he leapt into my arms. Great. And we show you all to jump good, says man. He communicated to the tribe. They barked, like monkeys usually do, won't. They agree. We learn how to fight and defend, says man. And you will show us how to jump good, asks Jack. No. I mean, yes, says man. Hey, I remember that. It was kind of funny. I remember that. Not from like my childhood or anything. I never watched Samurai Jack, I think. But I've seen clips. I recall just like a it kind of made me chuckle. How he just matter of factly said no, like an asshole, and then instantly it's funny. Go watch that. Don't do this, man. Yeah, I'm hoping the dwindling views on the video are because, well, firstly, it's mostly because of my poor upload schedule, I assume. But I hope it's because people would much rather go watch the source material than listen to a guy read garbage. I think it would be genuinely a little bit more entertaining if I actually went through my garbage and told you what I found. That's the April Fool's idea. Well, now I can't do it because I just spoiled it. We stood ready. Let's do it, says the brave 12, all of them, I guess. We tie a rope vine to a tree and set a snare trap, set up a log ram trap, and made all kings, all kings of numerous traps. Oh, come on. D and G are separated by F. You can't make that mistake. All kings of numerous traps and weapons out of vines and rocks. Next, we showed the tribe how to fight with bamboo bow staffs. Now it was our turn. Now it was time for us to learn how to jump good. Let's do it, says man. The tribe tied heavy rocks to our arms and legs and tied heavy boulders to our backs. We had to work our way around very slowly and wait for our bodies to accept the weight of the rocks and the boulders. It took hours of blood, sweat, and tears to do it. 8 hours later, and we jumped over a pole, and we did. And we did. We jumped over a pole, and we did. Fucking gave me a little bit of vocal whiplash there. Just we jumped over a pole, and we did. Our bodies have readjusted to the weight, and we now have stronger speed and strength. When the rocks came off, we tested it all out. We jumped thousands of feet into the air, and it was awesome. We landed back down, and our training was complete. I feel like maybe it would have taken more than 8 hours, but who do I? What am I? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You jump good, says man. We sure did, I said. We got ready to go. Thank you, my friends, I say. Yes, thank you for everything you have shown us, says Jack. The man hugged us. Friends, says the man. We left, and just down the way we heard a war cry and went to see. We saw the man and the tribe fighting the gorillas, and they did really well. They had them all tied up, and the man shoved fruit into the gorillas' mouths. Never come again, says the man. Man, says man. They were launched very far away. The tribe had triumphed victoriously. We were very proud of them. We then left for the forest, but we know that we could see the man and the tribe again someday. Continues in part 11. Great, 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 great. More, please. Chapter 170. Samurai Louds, Part 11. The Brave 12 in the Dome of Doom. It starts in the forest, and we, the Brave 12, were resting for the day. That's all you guys ever do. You rest. At least that's how you start all your chapters. Oops, I'm not in full screen. Fuck. Okay. I'm going to go look for some food, says Jack. Okay, Jack, be careful, I say. Jack went off, and suddenly we heard fighting, and we went to see and saw Jack captured by a group of oh, sure, a group of thugs, and they have a bunch of strong creatures, and Jack's shackled by the neck. We're hiding in the forest. This is bad, guys. We have to follow them. Come on. Shut up. You don't have to follow them. You could jump out, beat them all up right now, and be done with it. Have a 2-second chapter. Be done. Right, says Vince, the worthless scum. We follow the caravan to a huge dome. What is this place? Asks Furry. Looks like some kind of coliseum. I say. We go in and sit with the spectators. We sit in the front row, and out came a fight. Here we go, guys, I say. And now, without any delay, the first challenger of the day, weighing at a mere 180 septals, Poggle the Pitiful. Everyone booed. Announces, Poggle the Pitiful announces the announcer. Everyone booed. Sorry, I'm trying not to vomit. And it's not like me trying to be funny, like, oh, this is so bad, it's making me vomit. No, I ate too much. Okay. Facing the 12-time champion of the ring, the administrator of agony, the baron of brutality, the coroner of carnage, the dealer of destruction, Gordo the Gruesome, announces the announcer. We saw the fight, and it was a brutal fight. The next fight didn't last long, and out came Jack. That's what this is. It's a fight to the death, I say. We're a little slow, aren't we? No shit. We have to help Jack, says Vree. We will. If things start to go bad, we will intervene. Let's watch and see what happens. Okay, I say. Welcome to the Dome of Doom. Our talent search has spread throughout the universe to bring you only the finest quality of challengers. Why is he doing this now? Shouldn't he have done this little welcoming speech, before the first fight? Who cares? To battle the greatest of champions. No injury is too small, no wound is too great, no weapon is illegal, announces the announcer. Scratch my eye. Ow. The arena wall had an interesting array of weapons, including Jack's sword. This is going to be intense. What good friends! Instead of doing something to help, which they absolutely could, what with their superpowers and other nonsense, they'd rather watch their supposed friend uh, uh, fight in a battle to the death. Get kidnapped and fight in a battle to the death. Battle to the death. Stupid. Oh, my eyes. Okay. Anywho, nope, rubbed my eyes too long. And now the Dome of Doom presents, for your pleasure, for your pleasure, two sandals the treacherous, announces the announcer. Everyone but us booed. Two sandals? That is stupid, I say. Agreed, says Lisa. This is not a fight to the death. This is a slaughterhouse, says Laney. Fucking hate these people. No kidding, says Lincoln. Gordo, we call upon you to destroy this vile villain, announces the announcer. The only villain is you, and we will destroy you, I say in my head. So cool, so tough. Jack was facing an ape creature named Gordo the Gruesome. Prepare to suffer, Two Sandals the treacherous. I will beat you like a drum. I will hang you out like laundry, says Gordo. He's gruesome, all right. And now, without any, announces the announcer, Gorbo grabs the microphone. I am the master mechanic, the Alpha and Omega. I will put a hurting on you, slave. I'm going to tear you up into little shreds, and then I'm going to take those little shreds and tear them up into little shreds. I will make your mother cry. I will make your Aunt Edna from Withershoot proper. Oh. I will make your Aunt Edna from Withershoot proper south of Barnaby cry. Jeez Louise. Are you ready for pain, Two Sandals? Taunts, Gordo. Everyone cheered. Boy, this guy can talk his mouth off all day and never miss it. I say, no kidding, says Lily. This guy makes Sasuke's mouth look like a joke. Fuck you, Sasuke! Oh, I hate Sasuke. You're right, Naruto, says Sakura. I agree, says Fu. I'm not intimidated by your shouting. A true warrior fights not with words, but Jack gets cut off. Gordo punches Jack in the face, and Jack gets out of the way, and his grab, out of the way of his grab, my bad, and Jack jumps behind him, and Gordo punches the wall and hurts his hand. Ow, says Gordo. Jack grabs a bow staff and hits Gordo with it several times. Gordo grabs a hook sword and slashes the staff in half, and Jack uses this and pounds Gordo. Very clever. Fuck, what? He slashes the staff in half. Jack uses this. So he uses two smaller staffs? Very clever. Fuck you, dude. Very clever, I say. This is unprecedented. But wait, announces the announcer. Gordo's eyes turned red and his hands grew claws, and he became more ape-like, and his teeth became razor-sharp fangs. Oh yes, it looks like he's gone primal on us, folks. This is it, announces the announcer. Gordo screamed and hooted and roared in extreme fury. This is gonna be get rough, guys, I say. I didn't know he could get more gruesome. No kidding, says Jesse. Jack took a trident off the wall and twisted Gordo's fingers, and Gord slashed Jack in the face with a long claw swipe, and Jack hit Gordo in the face several times with it. Gordo was down. This is unwitnessable. Nobody's ever knocked down Gordo, announces the announcer. The referee robot came and touched down and gave the thumbs down, and the counter hit 0. He's out, says the announcer. What a knockout, says Marie. Way to go, Jack, says Naruto. Everyone booed. I have nothing to say, except, bring out the next champion, says the announcer. Everyone cheered. A tank came out, and in it was a man with a helmet of and weird equipment on. Okay. Deep from within the deepest abyss of the seventh ocean of Amalgamos arose a champion of unimaginable proportions, half machine, half flesh, all terror. The Aqualizer. And this is the announcer. This is this is now gonna get interesting, I say. Just you don't need to say anything. You genuinely don't need to speak. It's entirely unnecessary. Who cares? I feel like you've said that like twice already by the way. The Aqualizer got out of his tank. Cybernetic voice. Dome of Doom. Once more, have you summoned me to answer your call? I have risen from the depths of the abyss to of the depths of the abyss, the conquer the ring, and to put an end to this lowly amateur. Typos out the wazoo. Says Aqualizer in a cybernetic voice. The Aqualizer swung his staff at Jack, but he dodges all his strikes. Jack took two shields off the wall and blocked some of the strikes. He tried to punch the Aqualizer with his bare fist, but his helmet was too strong. Jack threw his shield and it slashed his staff blade. Everyone booed. Ooh. Do not fear. Oh, do not fear. I have traveled the seven seas and conquered far greater foes than this mere contender, says the Aqualizer. He fired a hook harpoon and it cut Jack's robe and his chest, and Jack ripped it off. Aqualizer then fired a plasma ray at Jack, and Jack kicked him down, and the ray blasted the Aqualizer's right arm somehow. That's gotta hurt, I say. Jack took a pair of nunchucks, and the Aqualizer used a saw blade, and Jack knocked him around, and the saw ripped his robe apart. Jack then cut off the Aqualizer's other arm with the saw. He then slashed open the Aqualizer's helmet, and in it was Slug Creature. In it was Slug Creature. Help me! Help! Says the slug. Uh, I think he says it in that way. Everyone was chanting doom. Doom! 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 The crowd calls upon you two sandals to put the doom on the Aqualizer. The slug was coughing and gagging. I got this, says Vree. Vree then used water intangibility and phased the slug to them in a ball of water. So cool. Thank you, says Slug. You're welcome, says Vree. Jack knew what he was gonna do. Fuck. Jack knew what he was gonna do was wrong. No. Well, he doesn't need to do it anymore, Nimrods. We can just keep going. No, I will not participate in this senseless violence any longer. You'll have to get your entertainment elsewhere, says Jack. Everyone was applauded. You mean appalled? Nope. That says appalled, and I was wrong. It takes a big man. Oh, a big man. Look at this. It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. Okay, well I can't. I can't even. Whatever. Shoot, 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 shoot. Well said, Jack, I say. I agree, this whole thing is nothing but a total bloodbath, says Fu, as if you guys wouldn't be more than happy to do it just to show how strong you are. Shut up. Ah, ah, ah. Announcer, this is a dark moment indeed. Not only has he insulted the ring, he has insulted us. We will show no more mercy to this two-sandaled heathen, says the announcer. Thunderous footfalls were felt, introducing the champion to end all champions, weighing in at a mere 700 tons. I give you, says the announcer. Jack stood in front of a massive sumo wrestler. Sumoto! Exclaims the announcer. That is one enormous sumo wrestler. Can I see it now? Whoa. Great. How can a man like that be so fat and huge, says Viri. Whoa. James Knudsen is right there. Ha ha ha. He makes Andre the Giant look like a shrimp compared to him, says Lincoln. And he weighs 700 tons? That's insane, says Lily. That's exactly 1.4 million pounds of huge fat. I'm pretty sure maybe it was a figure of speech, you know, a little bit of hyperbole to hype him up. I would probably, I don't think he's 1.4 million pounds. I'm just gonna say that. It's like picking a fight with a mountain, says Jesse. No kidding, says Laney. This is gonna get rough big time, says Vince, the worthless scum. I think I already said that. The sniveling wretch. I will not fight, says Jack. Then you will be destroyed, says the announcer. Sumoto got into a sumo wrestler stance, and thunderous foot slams were echoed throughout the ring. I will not fight you, Sumoto, says Jack. Sumoto growled and jumped high into the air. It's the Sumoto Swan Dive. No challenger has ever survived, announced the announcer. Sumoto landed on Jack with a huge and thunderous belly flop. Crawam. Crawam. Ooh, that's gotta hurt, says Vince. The piece of shit. No kidding. Ouch, I say. Thank you, Sumoto, for putting the doom back in the Dome of Doom, announces the announcer. Hi, says Sumoto. But Jack was moving underneath him. It can't be, says the announcer. Jack poked his head out. I've seen enough. Let's go, I say. We rush onto the arena and I lift up Sumoto with my super strength. Sure. Need some help, Jack? I say. God, that's so cool. Thank you, guys, says Jack. I don't know why it took you so long. No problem, I say. We have more challengers in the ring, folks, says the announcer. And we're here to stop this carnage, says Viri. I throw Sumoto out of the dome with incredible power. Who are you all? Asks the announcer. We are the Brave 12, I say. Ah, yes, we've heard about you all, says the announcer. We will stop all this madness whether you like it or not, I say. Very well then, if not one champion can bring you down, then bring out all the champions, announces the announcer. We got 3 words for you, I say. Bring it on, we all say. Fuck yeah, that's so cool. I could be like out doing stuff, interacting with real human beings, but I'm taking time out of my day to read this god awful piece of garbage. But this is cool. I'm having a lot of fun. If you think I'm lying, then you are right. May I present Torto, says the announcer. Torto is a turtle-like humanoid. Miotis. Miotis is a battle-like humanoid with wings instead of arms. The Claw. The Claw is a Yeti-like creature with razor-sharp mechanical claw gauntlets. Raptor. Raptor is an amphibious frog-like humanoid creature with a long sticky tongue. Mr. Roboto. Mr. Roboto is a tank robot that has powerful ranged weaponry. And finally, Ganesh. Ganesh is a multi-armed India swordsmaster. Swordmaster. We'll go through them. It's Torto. There. Torto. Very cool. This is, I've already forgotten. The Bat Guy. Miotis. The Claw. Froggo. Raptor. Mr. Roboto. and Ganesh. Cool. Great. This must end once and for all, says Jack. I agree, I say. Let's split them up 2 against 1 each, says Vince. Perfect, says Jesse. Let the carnage begin. Oh, man, says the announcer. Jack flipped back and got his sword, and we took on our opponents. Me and Vri faced Torto and picked him up and rolled him like a bowling ball, and he crashed through the wall. Laney and Lily faced Miotis, and Laney used her plant powers and entangled him, and Lily formed a ball of glowing water, and it splashed Miotis and disintegrated him. Just killed him? Just killed him? My water powers are like holy water, and that is like kryptonite to him, I say. Interesting, says Laney. How the fuck did you know that? Who cares? We're cool, we're cool, we're cool. Sorry. Lincoln and Fu faced the Claw, and Lincoln fired a blast of lightning at him and electrocuted him, and Fu fired a wind blade and slashed him apart. Naruto and Sakura were facing Raptor, and Naruto and Sakura formed a Rasengan and blasted him apart. I feel like in the original, I'm pretty sure Jack refused to fight because it was senseless bloodshed. Uh, but now you've come along, and all you're doing is senselessly blood shedding, and well, I'm just gonna say it seems like it's kind of going against the point of the original. But whatever. Fuck, I've lost my spot. Raptor blasted him apart. Vince and Jack faced Mr. Roboto, and it fired stars and missiles at them and dodged them, and Vince slashed Mr. Roboto apart. Jesse and Lisa were facing Ganesh. India accent. Uh-oh. Wiseman knows everything. A shrewd one, everybody? What does that mean? Jessie was in her Fire Angel form, which I guess that's what we're calling it now, and Lisa fired laser guns. They engaged in a sword and a gunfight. A true coward runs not from his opponent, but from himself, says Ganesh. We regrouped and clashed with Ganesh. Really? Is Ganesh here the super dude? The fucking biggest, the big bad? Yeah, whatever. You get the point. Many receive advice, only the wise profit by it, says Ganesh. We then slashed apart Ganesh and won the fight. Everyone cheered and chanted Brave 12. Yep. So cool. Enough. Is this what you call entertainment? The senseless slaughter of innocents. No more, says Jack. I mean, if they're willing to do it, but I get the feeling some of them are slaves, like Jack. Jack looked at the announcer. Set the slaves free, says Jack. The announcer backed away. I jumped up onto the stand and held a dagger to his throat. Set them free, or your head comes off, I say. The announcer did so. From now on, there will be no more fighting for your entertainment. A robot goon with a whip let them out. You heard him. You're free to go. Go on, get out of here, says the goon. Jack recognized him. You, says Jack. Jack slashed him apart. Really? The last thing you do is senseless violence. You fucking stupid! You gotta be. He just said, "Oh, is this what you find entertaining? This senseless violence?" And then I guess he was whipping them, so it's understandable, but still, a little bit of consistency goes a long way. Okay. We the Brave 12 left the stadium. You know how cool he must think it sounds when he writes it like that? We the Brave 12. Shut up, dude. You're like what, 50 years old? Grow up. Everyone was touched by our fight for good, and we had shown them the error of their ways. I am forever in your debt, JD, all of you, says Jack. No problem, Jack. We even won this nice trophy for the fight. And that feels like it's going against the point. Yeah, we won this trophy for our senseless violence. Who gave you the trophy? I doubt it was the announcer, or did you just go and take it because you earned it? Oh my god. I was holding a gold trophy and it was an awesome award. I can see that, but no more, says Jack. I know, I say. We left the dome and continued on our quest. Continues in part 12. Phenomenal. Chapter 171 The Brave 12 and the Ultra Robots. We, the Brave 12, were walking in the desert and we saw a whole village completely destroyed and burning. We gasp. What happened here? I ask. This whole village has been completely leveled, says Vince. Master of perception. What what could have caused this? Asks Vuri. We hear a groan and saw a creature come out of the smoke. Laney pick him up, and Sakura tried to heal him. What happened here? I ask. They came from nowhere, says the creature. Who did? I asks Vince. 8 robots did this. They had huge power and destroyed everything, says the creature. A flashback shows that what the village looked like. What is this? Who? What changed that James can't seem to write basic like here? A flashback shows what the village look like. Looks like is what should have been written. Where was it? Laney pick him up. Picks him up. Why is that so hard? Whatever. Um, before it was destroyed, explosions ripped everything apart, and a clawed gauntlet rip out a chunk. See, a clawed gauntlet rip out a chunk of house, and buzzsaw blades tore them apart, and multitudes of bullets destroyed everything. What is up? What's happening? Cool. It's incredibly blurry. They left as mysteriously as they came. This is horrible, I say. Which way did they go? Asks Naruto. To the east, says the creature. You better come with us, I say. Why? What's he gonna fucking do? Excuse me. Okay, says the creature. We continued on with the creature with us. We came across a robot village and it was completely destroyed. There were toasted robots and burned buildings everywhere. Another village completely destroyed, I say. This is madness, says Jack. No kidding, says Fu. We heard a metallic fall and saw a robot with still functional, but only half destroyed. They they appeared out of nowhere, says the robot in a robotic voice. Another flashback shows the robot village before it was destroyed. It was a high-tech robot city. First came explosions, says the robot. Explosions destroyed much of the city. It was the same assailants that destroyed the previous village. They were robots unlike anything we had ever seen before. They had enormously destructive firepower and were capable of destroying everything in their path with such enormous ferocity and without a single shred of remorse or guilt. Well, they're robots, so a robot fired a cable that exploded when it landed. It was a landmine cable. We tried to defend ourselves, but our attempts were futile, says the robot. The robots fired their guns at the robots, but their bullets weren't having any effect. Another robot went invisible and destroyed the little robots instantly. And then there was fire, says the robot. Another robot unleashed a powerful white hot fire aura and incinerated everything. We didn't stand a chance. They were relentless. They destroyed the city, all of it, then left as mysteriously as they came. This is insanity, I say. Yes, this senseless destruction must be stopped, says Jack. Oopsie daisy, I agree. Whoever built these robots is in a huge amount of trouble, says Sakura. We won't let them get away with all this, says Fu. This is all completely unforgivable, says Lincoln. Yeah, says Laney. These robots are a danger to the planet in general. Where did they go? Lisa asks the robot. They left to the east, says the robot, shorting out. The robot died. No! We left to the east and found another village completely destroyed. We searched for more survivors, but we could find none. We found some ninja stars all over, and they were in a bunch of robots. Naruto. Oops, these are shuriken, says Naruto. Looks like we have a robot that uses shuriken, says Vince. How'd you devise that, genius? Yeah, says Sakura. I saw it with the robots that attacked us, says the creature. We could use these, as I say. We picked up a bunch of them and decided to use them, because sure fucking sure. We then found robots with clean cut slashes on them. It looks like we got a robot that can use a sword, I say. Is there no end to this senseless destruction? Asks Jack. We'll find those robots, and make them pay, says Jesse. We then saw a footprint, and they went out to the east. We then saw 8 baskets in the middle of nowhere. I gotta say, the robot designs in this show are sick as hell. I don't know why I fucking love the basket bots so much. but they're cool, and I like them. Then they're cool, and I like them. This is unusual. What are all these baskets doing out here? I ask. I don't know, but looks are deceiving, says Vince. Baskets then transformed, and they were the robots that we were told about. Oh my god! So these are the robot. I jumped ahead, by the way. Sorry for the big reveal that the baskets are the robots. You can please, no, please leave a dislike and a hateful, hurtful comment. And if you got time, go ahead and report the channel. Uh, yeah, that should do it. So these are the robots, I say. Very fascinating. They were unlike anything that I have ever seen before, says Lisa. The robots all had an interesting tool on them. The list goes as follows: claw chains, buzzsaws, Gatling guns, landmine cable, fists and cloaking device, flamethrowers, shuriken, and katana. These robots were created to destroy, and they were very good at it. Why? Why did you destroy all of those villages? Asks Jack. To lure you to us, says Robot 1. To draw you out, says Robot 5. What? Exclaims Jack. Yes, answers Robot 3. We have been hunting you, says Robot 6. We have come, says Robot 7. To destroy you, says Robot 8. Your search is over, I say. Come and get us, we all say. A claw chain was thrown, and I grabbed it and pulled the robot towards us, and I slashed it in half, and it exploded. Out in the desert on a hill, someone was watching the fight. Wow! I know what voice to give this guy. I know what voice to give. Wow! Says question mark. Sakura punched the fist robot and bashed his head off. Naruto slammed a Rasengan into the flamethrower robot and exploded into pieces. Fu slashed the shuriken robot and it exploded. Lincoln and Jesse fired lightning and fire at the gun robot and it exploded. This is so anticlimactic. Lisa destroyed the buzzsaw robot by ripping it apart with her technokinetic powers. Feels like she would be overpowered in this entire setting, but who cares? Lily and Marie destroyed the landmine cable robot. All that was left was the katana robot. Vince was facing it, and it was a vicious sword fight. God, I just pray he gets cut a little bit. Jack tried to slash the robot, but his sword didn't even cut him. What are these robots made with? Asks Vince. Looks like an indestructible metal, I say. Like you didn't just see the last 7 get destroyed, you fucking moron. That's. Sorry. I then punch the robot's head off and it explodes. Oh, it must be indestructible. And then I destroy it. Shut up. That's it for them, I say. I agree, says question mark. A scientist came out. Who are you? I ask. I am Extor, the one who created those monsters that you all destroyed, says Extor. Says question mark. We don't know his name yet. So you created those robots? I ask. Why would you do that? Asks Vince. I set out to construct the ultimate assassins to hunt down Jack and destroy him, says Extor. Flashback shows Extor working in his lab on the robots we just destroyed. I worked tireless. Oh man. Okay. I worked tirelessly day and night until my machines of doom were completed. They each were designed with a unique tool of destruction. Wait, does he have like a lisp? Countless, countless days. God. Now I don't know what voice to give him. Whatever. Countless days were spent analyzing your fighting technique. They were the deadliest war machines ever created, and their power source came from the world's most ultimate evil, Aku. And narrates Extor. Aku injected his very evil essence into the robots and activated them. You have outdone yourself, Extor. Now to test their power of destruction, says Aku. What? Test them? How? Asks Extor. By destroying your village, says Aku. No, you can't. We had an agreement, says Extor. Fool! Now, my children, destroy, says Aku. The robots completely destroyed Extor's entire village. Aku promised to spare my village if I would build the assassins for him. I was a fool to trust him. Now I was going to correct my mistake, but you guys beat me to the punch and already destroyed my creations. I owe you a big debt of gratitude, Brave 12, says Extor. You're welcome, Extor, I say. I just can't believe that you would create such awful monsters for Aku, says Naruto. Didn't you just hear what he said? What's he gonna do? Say, no, I won't do it, and then his family dies and his village dies, moron? You do the same, right? Because it's as bad as it sounds. The fact is, we either have to decide Am I going to save my in my village's life? Or am I going to save the lives of a bunch of other villages who I don't even know? Mind you, two of these villages are robots, and not to sound like a robo racist, but I think like human and biological life is a little bit more valuable than robot life. Well, I guess if a robot is, self-aware, in which case it's effectively life, right? You know, it's not like a human is better than a robot because a human has blood. Now, if they can both, you know, and be human. Whatever, you get the point. You get the point. You get the point. What the heck was I doing? Can't believe you built those monsters for Aku, says Naruto. Aku is the very creature we're trying to destroy after we get Jack back to his time, says Sakura. It's our mission, says Vince. Yes, I've heard about that. High five. X-Story, we give him a high five. Lisa salvaged what was left of the robots and built a cool gauntlet for me. Of course she did. It had some of the tools in it, and I can use them when I press a certain button. Continues in part 13. Fantastic. Well, I'm done. Gotta say, whenever I have a bit of an extended break from reading, it's like, come on, it can't be that hard. I'm being lazy. I should just hop on, read a couple chapters, and be done with it. It'll take 2 minutes. And then I start reading, and time slows down. I tell you what. Oh well. Like I said, I do intend to read sooner. Maybe once, maybe again this week, and if not, then Sunday. Sunday, not someday. Sunday, obviously someday, but Sunday, Sunday. Whatever. If you hope you liked it. Goodbye. Like and subscribe. Now goodbye.